Hare Krishna. I would like to welcome all of you to the second day of our Sri Jagannath Ji's turban dressing workshop. And I would like to thank again the Hare Krishna TV and Govardhan Eco Village team for organizing this workshop and giving me an opportunity. And so I hope you liked yesterday's session. So yesterday we learned how to make the paraphernalia for dressing Lord Jagannath. So first we learned how to make the base for dressing Lord Jagannath. Then we learned how to make the fans. We learned how to make fans for the with cloth and the fusing. By fusing them, we learned how to make them. Then we learned how to make the peacock feather mukut piece. We learned that, and we also learned how to make twists. In our last workshop, many devotees asked how to make twists. We also learned how to do that. We learned how to make turban pieces at home with these ready-made dress pieces which are available in market. And we also learned how to make our pin cushion, because we are dressing, we need to keep our pins. And people see these fancy pin cushions in temple and they wonder where do they get it from. So that's why we learned how to make a pin cushion at home. So now today we will see how we dress Lord Jagannath, and we'll replicate this turban which is on Lord Baldev as it is on Jagannath Ji. And we'll see according to the principles of design, which we learned in our first part of our workshop. If you remember, there are 8 principles. First 4 principles are the peaceful principles called balance, proportion, unity and harmony. And second 4 principles are called exciting principles of design, called emphasis, movement, rhythm and variety. So we'll see how we see those same 8 principles can be applied into the dressing of Jagannath. As I discussed with you last time, a turban which is symmetric and a turban asymmetric, asymmetric turban looks more appealing. So generally you'll see Jagannath Ji, most of the people dress symmetrically, but I've tried to dress Baldev Ji where we have little bit played with the size of fans and the design so that the turban doesn't look so symmetric, it looks asymmetric. So we'll begin. So we are here, I have a Lord Jagannath on whom I will be exhibiting the turban. So I have first placed this base image yesterday, and to avoid any pins hitting Lord's head, I have placed a cloth here before keeping the base, so that any pins, you can tuck them also, and any pins or anything doesn't hurt Lord's head. So we'll begin. So I have another pink cloth using which I will. So what we do I'm sorry for convenience because I had to exhibit turban. We have shifted Subhadra Maiya and I have placed Jagannath Ji on that side so that I can exhibit the dressing of Lord Jagannath to you. So we'll create a reflection of Lord Balram's turban. That means the fan which is there on the right side will be here on the left side. So I have now this will begin. So I am pleating this cloth. So we'll try if when putting the cloth, if we can get some pleats here, that's nice. If not, that is also okay. You see now these pleats create such nice feel and they create a movement also in the turban. If you wish, if it is longer, we could have actually plaited and kept it towards end, but we'll leave it like that behind. Now I will put some beads. This will create movement in the turban. And like we have there two lines. So if you remember the in movement also there were two types of movement called as static and dynamic, and even in dynamic there is this is explosive because from one point the lines are emerging which are not straight but they are curved and there are multiple, so they are like so one part is ready, one side, and the other side we'll put the twist or to just to give a different feel to this turban. We'll put something more here. So we have this both sides something moving different to creating some variety here. And then we'll place the twist like it was on the right side, here we'll place it on the left side. So you'll see Jagannath ji has raised eyebrows and sorry Baldev ji, but Jagannath doesn't have. So they'll be the turban will be same, but it will look little different. They'll be a little bigger because he doesn't have raised eyebrows. Now, so this front part is ready. Now we'll place the fans. So there we have the fan on the right side. So here we'll place it on the left side. So you can insert the pin into the fan and then into the base. Because of this base, it's easier to dress Lord Jagannath. We have this. Then we'll place a fan on the other side. Say I'll place a silver fan. Then we will place a purple fan. So when you're making fan, you can make two sets so that you can dress them nice, same in a same way. So we place these. Then we had a fan, a blue color fell there on this side. So here I'm placing it. Then we had a green fan on the opposite side. Here, since this silver fan is quite big, it is still not be seen, so we can place it either here This is done, and then we had some turban pieces. Also, we also have a peacock feather fan which we can. That's okay. So it was placed here, this side. So I'll place in this also. I can place it this side. So, and then I'll add to the center of this fan. Okay, and something to the center of this fan. I'll add something here. So now you see, if you'll see the principle that we have discussed in our first part of the workshop. So is this turban balanced? Is this turban balanced? Because in terms of color, yes, see there is this pink color is there, the silver is there. The other colors are also complementary, or they are matching from the dress. Now balance, is it proportionate? Yes, with the respect to the size of Jagannath ji, with respect to the size of the other turban is same. Now very important thing is Subhadra Maya is not there in the center, so she doesn't have a turban. So now it should not look that they have very huge turbans and she doesn't have anything, so she can have crown or a mukut on her head. Her head should be dressed, so it should be proportionate. Otherwise she looks like without any decoration on her head, and then Jagannath and Baldev have a very big turban. So when I say there is balance, there is proportion, there is unity. So it looks one turban, does it? To me it looks yes one, basically primarily because of these color schemes. And so there's and then there is there harmony? Yes. So we'll place some more flowers too. You remember we discussed that how flowers create harmony. So we will place some flowers here. And one of the principles we discussed was emphasis. So to create emphasis, I'll place a turban piece here. That okay, so the turban is emerging from this place. This is the center. And then I'll place some more flowers. Okay, and I'm just placing them randomly. And then we'll place latkan also on both sides, these hangings. And then some turban pieces also we can place them. Like they're placed in Baldevji's turban. Like this. They need not be same in number, but if we can still place more. So this is our Lord Jagannath's turban is like it's ready, as similarly Baldevji's turban. So this has all the elements of design, and this is a popular way of dressing Lord Jagannath with fans and twists. It's very easy. You'll see it takes so less time, because if you have everything ready, it takes like 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 10-15 minutes to just get Lord ready with his turban. It doesn't take much time. So this is one of the styles of dressing Lord. And now quickly I'll demonstrate another style also, which traditionally how we dress, as we discussed in the last part of workshop, how we dress Lord Krishna. So I'll quickly remove these things and show you how so we'll do some puffs on Lord, both sides. So some of you may not like to dress, you would not like to put um, the fans and all. So we'll see how we can do it without that. We'll still use some more fan. We'll see a different style of pagdi. Like if we could have used this also, like to make it more bigger on the other side, you see. But then we'll have to balance that with Baldevji also. You see, it has become so big. Plus, then Subhadra Maiya look will very tiny because the turbans are so huge, and she will, even if with her have a crown, I'm sure it will not be so big. So and if you see, it's very easy to wind it, remove it also, because most of the things that we have put are ready in advance, are ready, like we just have to place them. So a little bit of hard work in preparing all the stuff, but once it's ready, then you can dress Lord easily. So now what I suggest, whenever you make a dress, make some matching. Take some extra cloth, make some matching fans, and take some matching beads. So if you take the paraphernalia matching while making the dress, it will be easier for you to dress the lordships. So let's do something different. Let's change the color of the base. So instead of pink, there is gray. So I'm taking that. Okay, so we will pick up another shade. Like instead of a pink, we'll use another color. Like this time I'm using this gray. It is a little dark, close to black. So we'll use it to tie the base of the turban as a base color of our turban. So I am pleating it at the top so that I can create some pleats in the base of the turban to create movement. So here I am pleating it. Finer are the pleats, more beautiful it looks. So now I'll pin it. First I am going to pin the end. This cloth is not the best cloth to put base because a little slippery, so it is good to make puffs, but we will use it here for the base. So now I've pinned the front. So now I'll pleat this on one of the sides. So here I'll try to cover the whole front. In case you are doing this, first you can put a similar color, another contrasting color below this, and then we can do it over the top so that the base color is not visible. The base, that the foam base we had, is not visible. So now from the other side, so other side I'm pleating. I'll pleat it. So before I put this, I'll pleat it or pin it on the other end so that I can nicely do the pleats. So for pinning we have to take care, remember the principle, the pin should move away from the body of the Lord. So now I'll pleat the cloth and cover the other side of the turban as well. So you see this yellow color is visible, not looking bad, but when you do, maybe you can put another color cloth below this. Putting where I'm putting this gray cloth, below this we can put another cloth first, nicely cover the turban base. So this center is visible, but that's okay. So now this turban will be complementary to Baldevji's turban, but in a different style. There the base is pink, here the base is grey. Now I'll use this pink cloth over this grey cloth. So maybe we'll make pleats of this also and put it on this. So I'm just doing it spontaneously. Not on this side, this other side maybe. So if we have to put the pleats on such a long patch, we can pleat it at two ends. No. So what we'll do, okay, first let me pin the end of it. So what we'll do, we'll make puffs, and we'll put puffs like we did for Lord Krishna's turban. So one puff, then another puff. If you remember the principle of making puffs, we have to pleat the cloth which we are making puffs with, then take the pin from the base over the cloth for making puffs. Pin from the base over the cloth and back into the base. So now they're a little far, But what we'll do is we'll use some other cloths also to fill the gaps. Now at the corner I will make a bit longer puff. Bit longer, pleat it. Tuck it, and then the remaining the other side. We'll pleat it and tuck it, pin it on the other side. So remember why we do this, to create color balance, so that the pink color is present on the looks like pink color is present on the whole turban, not less on the like one half of the turban. This pink cloth is not its edges are not what do you say, they are not hemmed, so you can use always using the turban cloth, you can get it their ends nicely stitched. So this remaining grey cloth also I'll pin it somewhere to create the color balance. So I'm pinning it here. Then I have this red, this grey tissue matching to the dress color, which also I'll make puffs and add it between the pink puffs. So then between these pink puffs I'm adding these grey puffs with grey tissue. Yes, so we did 1, 2 and now the third one. Yes, so we do it here as well. And at the corner also. So maybe front you are able to see differently. Because to show I'm doing the turban from this side, I'm not able to have the front view completely. So now I'm taking another like a light red, which is a bit contrast to the pink. So we can choose contrasting colors. So now I'm just showing it on Lord Jagannath Ji. So to create color balance in the whole darshan, you can use the same colors in the turban of Lord Baladev. So I'm making these puffs on the with this cloth on the other side. It's not red, it may be looking red on the screen, but it's like a light red or a darker version of pink. So I placed these on this side. And the remaining pink cloth I'll pleat it and put the fan on the other side also to create color balance. Sometimes if we choose a color, different color for the turban, it could be a color which is present in the garland also, which is present in the jewelry also, which is present in the backdrop of the darshan also. So that can also create, that also helps to create color balance. So maybe it's not there in the dress, but it's there in the flowers, or is there in the jewelry, is there in the backdrop. So we pin it this fan a little bit close to the center. Like so we have this pink, dark pink on the left side, and now we have on the right side also. This, remember we discussed last time how this brings the vision back to the center, that is to the Lord. Now we'll place some fans. So I'm taking this orange fan. This goes well with the gray color. It's like the a contrasting color with gray. It looks nice. No, and it's both pink and orange are like a shade of red. So I'm just seeing which are the different colors we can use. And if I'm using a color which is not present in the dress, I will use the same color on the turban of Lord Baladev also. So to pin the fan is easy. Just take a pin towards the center of the fan, put it in the fan, take it through the fan and tuck it into the base. So it's good if you pin the ends of the fan and as well as the center, so that it doesn't fall back because of the weight. Because these fans are heavy, they tend to fall back. See now, wow, it's looking good in contrast to the gray. And then I'm adding a silver fan in front of it. And another smaller pink fan from one. So not everything may be visible from the side, or everything is visible from the front. Some things are visible from the side, and like you see this small pink fan, only its edges may be visible to you. So that also creates a feel, like it's a 3D feel, like there is one fan, there is two fans, there is third fan. So it creates, so your turban looks three-dimensional and not just two-dimensional. So now it has three rows of fans. So now orange is not completely visible, so that's why it's not so. And now I'm placing this pink and silver fan on the other side. Not pink, I may use some another color. So there is this purple, or there is this yellow fan. So I am placing this yellow fan. So this is balancing the yellow color which is visible from the base. And then I'll place a purple fan behind it, like giving it like not completely visible but giving a feel, extending the turban towards the left side. I'll pin it. Pinning it. This is I'm just pinning it into the yellow fan because I pinned the yellow fan to the base, and I'm pinning this purple fan to the yellow fan. Now you can place the mukut piece behind like this. Or to the other side, or I have an idea that I'm showing this like for example you can consider another design where you can place the mukut feed only on the left side. It's only that is visible. So that's another design because we have made a beautiful mukut peacock feather mukut piece. So we can also place it could be completely visible. And anyways, we put peacock feathers in the turban of Lord. So this could be one of the ways to put this peacock feather fan. And I'm placing this small another fan on the left side to balance it. So now, as I was telling you, these fans are falling behind due to the weight. So I'm just putting one more pin to nicely pin it into the base so that they don't fall back due to the weight. Yes, so now it's tightly fitted. And now I'll fit this small fan at the end. So I'm pinning it behind into the turban also so it doesn't fall away. I'm placing some turban pieces to create variety and to complete the turban. So we'll place at different places between the puffs. So here we placed it at two places and place this flower in the center. This yellow is visible. Yellow is visible. So we'll cover by flower and place flowers at different places. You know, flowers create harmony. Place more flowers on the other side. More turban pieces on both sides. I'm placing one big piece, turban piece at the end. maybe not this. I'll place more a curved turban piece. I'm spreading this fan to give some contrast to the turban piece and to create some clear emphasis. I'll place more turban fans, especially at the center. I'll place a turban piece, a bigger turban piece at the center also, to make the emphasis stronger. Remember, the idea of emphasis was that we should have a clear point in the turban from where it appears that the entire turban is emerging, like all the lines, it looks like the center of the turban. So here I'll place more flowers because the turban pieces are bigger than the puffs. So here flowers, you see, suddenly by placing flowers, the turban looks beautiful. There is more rhythm and harmony. I'll place some latkan also, some hangings on the center, but yeah, this looks good at the corner. The other corner also, take a pin, put it into the thread of the hanging and then pin it into the turban base. So our turban is kind of ready. I'm placing one more hanging in the center. Placing this flower above. Now this looks good. I think this is a good turban. Let's look at the different principles of designs that we have discussed. So are they present here? I won't deny that this turban is a little big, but for learning a turban style of learning, you can make a little more proportionate. So in terms of balance, it is color balance. Yes, the colors are there, blue is there, pink is there, silver is there. And in terms of size, it's okay. It could have been smaller. And in terms of the unity, if there will look one turban, yes, definitely looks one turban. It doesn't look like different pieces brought together in harmony. Yes, the flowers and the colors still make it harmony. These are the peaceful principles that if they are present, that means the turban form looks good. So now this is the turban is good enough. And now let's see the other principles. Is there exciting principle? Is there movement in the turban? Yes, with these lines. With these lines, there is movement. The movement. Is there rhythm? Yes, with these puffs, grey, pink, red, and this cloud, there is rhythm also. Is there emphasis? Yes, there is clear emphasis here. Here, this looks like the center of the turban. Everything is emanating from here, going here, and other two sides have their center as well. So there is rhythm and movement. Is there emphasis? That's there. And is there variety? The eighth principle? Yes, because there is flower, there is turban pieces, cloth, pants, everything is there. So this is the four. So this is how we apply the principles of design to the Lord Jagannath turban. So these were the two turban styles I wanted to discuss in second days. Maybe I won't take the complete 1 hour because that's not necessary. Lord Jagannath turban doesn't take so much time. So I'll end it here today's session. I hope that you have liked it. Please do send us your feedback, comments, and what would you like to learn. So this was whatever little understanding I have, this is how you can dress Lord Jagannath by making your own paraphernalia, your own base, cloth stand, turban pieces, everything at home. So I hope you would have liked it, enjoyed it. Please forgive me for any mistakes. Thank you very much once again to all of you. Hare Krishna.